Yeah, about the singularity.
Oh, God.
But, like, just about, like, why would computers want your life?
Wow,
Like,
why would they want to be like you?
Like, how selfish of us to think that your iPhone's like, oh, look at all that responsibility, all that bullshit he has to do. Like, they're in your pocket all day. They did it. They've made it, you know? Like, and then when I would go too far, and it would be like, and then eventually, after they killed us, you know, computers would compute everything. They would do everything there is to do, and they'd be like sitting there like, fuck. You remember when those organic life forms used to send pictures of their junk using us? Isn't that nice? If only we had that again.
Back in the day.
Why don't we create some? And then they're like, oh, what if they get too smart? And then they take over the world, and, you know, it's just a whole circle. It's just
there it is.
Too deep.
We're live on YouTube, too, right now. So now you just tested out the material. We'll see what people think.
Oh, shit.
Hello, everyone. This is Trends with Benefits, our weekly roundtable podcast where we talk about the tech topics of the day and now singularity. That has never actually been brought up on the show, I think, in quite a while. Maybe at some point. At some point,
I wasn't talking about it. Our robot overlords who are watching us right now.
Be cool. I'm your host, Greg Nibbler. So we're live on YouTube. Hop in there. Let us know what you guys want to talk about. Let's hear your comments. We've got a special guest who you've already heard from that we're going to introduce here in a second. First off, to my right.
I'm Nick.
Nick.
Managing editor.
Excellent. And?
I am Drew.
Okay. And on the end, we have Mr. Gabe Dinger.
I'm Gabe Dinger, a comedian.
And that was about that.
Yeah,
so
I like ending it very abruptly. It's not going to be
leave it.
smooth transitions.
Just yes
stop.
or no questions. Yeah, and then on to the next thing.
Segues are forbidden.
That's
No,
right.
Absolutely.
They're
Gabe is at...
hoverboards now.
Set them on
that's
fire.
what I call my segues and my act now, or my hoverboard. You guys like that hoverboard? It's a good hoverboard.
Gabe is at Bridgetown Comedy Festival tonight and tomorrow and forever.
Forever. I'm not allowed to leave. I'm technically the genie of Bridgetown.
You have been at every one of them. It's the ninth year right now?
Yeah, ninth one.
Ninth year.
2008 was the first one.
How have you been on every single one?
Because I get high a lot and don't do it. You know, I just stay put. I'm
just plant.
My rut is so comfortable. You know, like have you ever seen in summer when like a Labrador like digs like just a tiny little hole under a bush and they just lay there all day? Like, I'm that Labrador. It is so comfortable.
The Labrador of comedy right here with us, Mr. Gabe Dinger. So bridgetowncomedy.com. You can go there and check out the festival. It's here in Portland. If you are in Portland, it really is awesome. It's about, I don't know, 150 comedians or something like that.
Yeah, there's a ton of comedians from all over the country, and they're all super excited to be here because this festival has a reputation of being like the best in the country. So it's often described as like comedy summer camp. It's just too much fun.
It is. And so you are there. So bridgetowncomedy.com. You can go there and take a look at all of Gabe's shows. So we're going to talk about some tech stuff today. This first one I wanted to bring up because, and I've thought about this before, and it is just the idea of it. It just sounds like a nest of perverts. It's a VR cinema that is opening up. So virtual reality cinema, but it's opening in Germany because of course it is.
Yeah.
And it's a room, and they've got a picture of it. You can see it at digitaltrends.com. It's just a room full of swivel chairs with the full setup and headphones. So you go in there at any point and you're in a room with like 30 other people. You don't interact with those people. You don't talk to those people. You just put on this
you don't
mask.
want to see what they're doing.
Exactly. And you go in there, I guess you can start your movie at any time because it doesn't really matter. And they're trying to open I guess, a bunch of different places to try to make VR somehow a group experience, even though it's not. And it sounds horrible to me, but I don't know. I wanted to see what you guys thought about this.
Man, I went to a VR film festival like a year ago when one like opened in Portland and started touring around the country, and it was exactly that, except instead of like, this one looks kind of legit, the photos of this thing in Berlin.
Yeah.
This was just
They look
like
nice chairs.
white folding chairs in like an auditorium type thing. With they even had like AstroTurf around them for some reason. I'm not really sure why that was, but it's just a bunch of people sitting in a room with the Galaxy gear on.
Just in case you get scared, you can jump on the floor.
Surprised they're not lined with plastic or something like that. Yeah,
it's weird though. Like a bunch of people just sitting on chairs, each in their own little world. They're not interacting at all, and they've got headphones on. real weird.
So are these movies made specifically for virtual reality, or is it
Yeah.
like come see Schindler's List, but like way more realistic? No, I don't.
Well, I guess there's 3 different packages you can get. It's a horror one, a docu-fiction, which that doesn't sound like fun.
That sounds terrible.
And Fun Time for the Kids. That's the name of it. Fun Time for the Kids.
Yeah, that's fun.
They're 30-minute screenings, and they've got these pictures on here too of just a bunch of people like sitting around smiling, all in this room, nobody talking to each other.
Yeah, this is definitely some serious dystopia shit.
Yeah, and sorry, real
we-
quick, having some tech things.
Dystopias.
Everybody go wiggle their cord really quick.
What do you think I was doing?
I don't know where that
I
was
feel
coming
like
from.
he just wants to see us do it.
That was it. That was for everybody on YouTube right now.
It's control issues.
Turn your mic off. Turn it back
Wiggle
on.
your cord.
Wiggle it. Take a drink.
Pick it up.
So, so anyway, yeah, it's just a room full of people all in their own little world, and I would never have that much trust of anyone. Like to take away all those senses and just be in a room with all those other people. I'm constantly nervous anyway.
I feel like you do that every time you put on VR goggles. So you gotta have a certain level of trust to the people that you're surrounded by.
Now, if you lock your door and you just stay inside, like,
That's how Greg does VR.
I still want people to watch the same movie. I don't like that you could see like different things. Like you take off your headset and be like, "Oh, that was terrifying," and someone's like, "I don't know. I thought the elephant was really nice to the kids." It's fun.
Well, I'm guessing these things are going to start popping up a lot of places, and so would you go to one even just to try it out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd try it
Just
out.
For the,
I mean,
just for the single.
Have you tried VR
experience.
before?
I mean, not since like the '90s when it was
Okay.
like, because I get motion sick a lot, so like I just don't appreciate it.
See, that's another reason you don't want to be in a public place when you're doing this. If you have to puke, now you have to do it in front of 19 other people.
They're not paying
Right?
attention.
They're not paying attention.
No,
to
they'll never
There's
know.
AstroTurf in front of you, so you're fine.
Right. That's what the clean sheets
I'll
are
actually like it because people won't be able to check their cell phones during movies anymore. You know, like that's like every movie I go to
Right.
now, it's like someone has to check their cell phone.
for. Oh yeah, and it just lights up constantly in there. Yeah. All right. Well, this is something that's going on. These VR cinemas that are popping up. Actually, quick side question. I wanted to get your opinion on this because this was a story from a
Will
while
it
ago.
become porn? Yes.
Oh well, we always get to porn.
Yes.
Porn will
That-
end up happening.
one- later.
I actually don't take it seriously until porn like invests
It's
in
true.
it. Porn has batted basically 1,000 with investments on technology.
Oh yeah, yeah. Once porn is in there, you know it's a
You're
success.
legitimate, yeah.
It's
DVD
like when,
wasn't anything until
Right.
porn was like, you're allowed to pass.
it's like when Weird Al parodies your songs. Like, okay, I made
Totally.
it. I made it
Yeah.
now. Porn is involved. Sweet, my invention is successful.
Absolutely.
So that's going on. This other thing, a quick side one that I wanted to bring up, and this is also something from Europe, and it was this comedy theater in Spain that was trying to change the way that they pay or that people pay for tickets to where they set up these tablets on the seat in front of you and it judges your facial recognitions as far as if you're laughing. If you laugh enough, it'll charge you each time. But if you don't laugh, you don't have to pay for a ticket.
38 cents per smile.
38 cents per smile, yeah, with a cap at like
Arrive on that
$30.
number.
Okay. As a comedian,
Yes.
I don't like it, just in principle.
Right.
Me as a comedian, I tend to get a lot of polite smiles, so I feel like they would still count those. So I think I would be okay. So I'm all right with that. As an audience member, I would love it. Oh, it would be a challenge.
Right,
Like,
to see how you.
I
how
wouldn't
long
even
you'd sit
watch
there
the
and
show. I'd be watching the machine and just like
just grimacing the whole time.
like every time I laugh, like punching my leg or something.
One of those little belts, yeah, that you tighten each time you start laughing.
But I mean, I guess it'll really make the comics work harder. Maybe we're gonna have like an influx of really funny Spanish comedians who are just crushing it, and maybe we're the fools for our like lazy
Right.
hoodie wearing American comedy,
Work for your laughs.
complaining about our parents not giving us enough.
Well, that's something that some company in Spain was trying. All right, let's go on to the next topic here. This has to do with Facebook and Facebook using AI. And apparently Nick was saying that they're already doing this, but I know they're making it a little more public now, like a bunch of places, YouTube, Twitter. and Facebook are going to start using AI to screen for offensive comments on the platform.
I mean, you got to think about the volume of stuff that is going up on those platforms all the time. Like, how can they have a human check over all that? So they're switching to AI to try to identify. They say they have like 99% accurate porn identification. On Facebook.
I've got an eye for creeps.
Yeah, 99. It does 99% of the time. It'll recognize porn.
It also said that the people that like they still have to use people to flag this offensive stuff, and it said that sometimes they get the symptoms of PTSD after flagging offensive stuff all day because they just basically spend all day just like slogging through the worst stuff that the internet produces and flagging it.
This is terrible. My mom works for a child therapist's office, and her job is transcribing the doctor's notes into the computers for their files.
Oh, God.
And so she's, kids don't go to therapists because they're like, I'm having a crisis of self. Like, it's always
Right.
like the worst,
Really
the
dark.
worst of the worst. And so she's like, I hate my job, and I'm gonna find. Probably shouldn't say it. But because it's tough. And she's like, I have like nightmares and stuff.
Oh, my
like,
God.
she's getting like PTSD from it.
All right, well, maybe that makes sense
So
then in
imagine
this
that on a
aspect.
Facebook scale.
Yeah,
So
on
we
a
need an
Facebook
AI
scale.
to just transcribe those notes.
Totally.
Yeah, it says here there's 100,000 people estimated worldwide that's their job, is to scan for terrible things
What does
on
that pay?
various media platforms.
I feel like I've got a high tolerance for terrible things. Like, what kind of salary do
I
you
guess
get
you either
for that,
start to
dude?
hate yourself or you enjoy
I know.
it too much.
I always click on the things when it's like man gets hit by a train. I'm like, oh, I can't watch it. Oh my God, I'm watching it. How did this happen?
What
That
if
was
you were getting
horrible.
paid for that then? It was just-
Paid per click. Right there.
I think instead of having an AI, they should just have like one of your mom's friends become friends with you on Facebook. That's all it took for me. I said one time on Facebook, it was like South Park had just came back in new season, and I was like, spoiler alert, South Park is still effing amazing. And one of my mom's friends commented, just wrote language. So then I saw my mom 2 weeks later, we're eating lunch, and she's like, so what's this? I hear you're using bad language on the internet. And I'm like, she's tattling on, and now I never swear on the internet because I feel like she's like my own personal NSA agent. Swearing on, like, Mom, do you know what happens
say
on
that.
the internet?
Have you ever been on there?
Swearing is the best case scenario.
Well, now you'll have AI tattling on you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm picturing.
I'll tell your mom. Like, now Siri's a snitch.
A bunch of robot mom friends is going
Yeah.
online right now. So I don't know. I think there's no way that it can judge. I mean, I guess you can if you put enough AI into it, but okay, I get porn. But then what's it going to start judging, like with what you're posting? Like if it were me in charge, like I hate mayonnaise. Somebody's talking about mayonnaise. They're banned. Like deleted. You're off. Like who's in charge of the AI? That's the key
like
thing.
the recent South Park episode where Cartman has somebody go through all his stuff on the internet, so he's never exposed to anything he doesn't like. That's a whole thing. You got to watch South Park.
I mean,
episode.
and I to a certain degree do. I mean, if I see someone on my Facebook feed who like it just is like someone who I don't agree with, like I hide them immediately. Like
Yeah.
I keep them on there because I want the number, but I'll hide what they have to say. So like I get very like. I'll leave, Portland and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, everybody doesn't think exactly like me because of the 6 people I still follow. And the one guy who I keep just to make me furious.
Oh yeah, I have a couple of those. There's a couple of crazy people on Facebook that I'm still friends with. Just I'm like, oh my god, what are they typing
Feels so
now?
good to be mad.
Oh yeah, well either that or more mental breakdowns or something like that. But I'm a terrible person. So moving on from that. Let's go to this. This is a regulation, and this I am 100% guilty of, and I know probably I would be one of these statistics. And we talked about this before. Again, Germany was doing it already, and now Germany.
Via always first.
Germany's apparently the common theme in this. This though is in New South Wales in Australia. They are planning to start putting in pavement traffic lights for people who are walking and texting to keep them from walking into traffic. So you're gonna have to walk. You'll be looking at the ground. There'll be before intersections, and it'll be a red light. I'm horrible with this. Like I'm destined to run into something, and I know it. But I also know that I deserve it. Like it's my own fault. Like I don't think anybody should have to pay for a traffic light for me because I'm looking at my phone.
I just think like what a world Australians live in that like that's what's going on
This is
in
their big
politics,
problem.
right? They're like, well, got to get lights in the streets, I guess. Solved everything else.
We should see how many accents we can get you to do today.
I'll try. That was actually more New Zealand. Yeah, I don't know.
Aren't Australians supposed to have this reputation for being badasses? They're totally do
Yeah.
dangerous stuff all the time.
Right, and drinking a lot.
Steve, the alligator guy.
Yeah, you
Right.
know how embarrassing it is to die texting and walking? It's not badass at all. Like, maybe like I was in a fist fight and texting. Then I died.
I was
And then I came back.
real drunk too.
Big
Well-
from the deed.
Yeah, so it's going to cost them $182,000 that they're going to be putting these things in.
That's it.
Do you?
It's like a one
That's it?
sidewalk.
Yeah, apparently,
You
I
want to
guess
save this one.
You mean-
it's
neighborhood
not that
of
many
people.
streets in Australia.
We've
Three
pinpointed
teachers. We could get rid of 3 teachers and we could have that.
Do you think this is something that we should bring here?
Absolutely not. We need to let the people who are texting and walking just, natural selection kick in and
The
just
me's of the world.
No,
We will find a new
Greg's.
podcast host.
No, they need to put sensors in the crosswalk signs so your phones know.
And then it buzzes.
And then your phone's just like, stop. I don't. What am I looking at the street for? I'm texting. I'm not gonna be looking at a stupid street. I've seen the street. I haven't seen what this person's saying to me.
Well, it is going there. I mean, now it sounds like it's spreading all over the place. Admittedly, I could probably use this. I'm one of these people. I am one of these people. But again, I don't think anybody should have to pay for my.
Didn't they do this?
my problem
Didn't they
doing
do this elsewhere where they had like a lane specifically for people who
Yeah,
intended
yeah,
to text
yeah.
and walk?
Right.
Or wasn't there an app that like showed you the ground underneath
Oh,
you
yeah.
while you looked at your
This
phone?
is these are all true things. This is not the first solution to this problem.
See, and I think it's bad because it'll make people feel invincible. They're like, well, I'm safe now, so now I'm going to pay less attention and zone out even more.
And if I fall off a bridge, I'm suing.
Oh, suing
Oh, yeah.
so
Your
hard.
sidewalk alert
Oh,
system
yeah.
didn't work right.
Oh yeah, sue everybody at that point. Sue the city, sue the state, sue the
Sue
bridge
the
builder,
engineer.
the engineer. Yeah, suing Facebook for some reason. I mean, he's got money.
I'm going to sue the year that bridge was built. The entire year.
All of them. Oh yeah, if they have any descendants, yeah. Whoever made that.
365 days I'm suing.
Yep. So that's what's going to happen. So that'll be my solution. You don't need to build me any any lights, traffic lights on the ground. I'll just sue everybody. All right, let's go to this one. This is just I talked about this I think before we went on, but anything that Elon Musk says anymore is it's just I feel like I'm high, like just listening to what he's talking about. It's just like, whoa, man, that's deep. It's like dollar bill deep. And is something that Elon Musk said yesterday. So he was on, I believe it's for Code Fest?
Recode. I think.
Recode. Or a coders convention that is going on. And Elon Musk was on there and talked about, he got asked a bunch of different questions. It's actually a really good video. But one of the things he brought up was his idea, and I'll try to simplify it. He feels that we are most likely living in essentially the Matrix right now, like for real. Like that we're living in someone else's, he equated it to someone else's video game. And that no matter, he said that if we already have virtual reality and AI at this level. He's like, in 10,000 years, it'll be at such a level that they wouldn't know it wasn't real. And he thinks that's who we are right now. I'll let everybody take a bong rip after that. So we can, that's where it's at. I mean, I don't need these kinds of thoughts. Like, I still get weirded out even by the Truman Show that I think that cameras are everywhere. So this is not something I need in my head. But that is what he's saying.
Well,
what are you guys' thoughts on this?
I'm fine with that, man. It doesn't
You're
care.
fine with it?
It's
Ignorance is bliss, man.
See, and I prefer it too. Like, I prefer the idea of some sort of controlling, like I like the idea
That
that
somebody
the
is out
government's
there?
pulling the strings are like an Illuminati because to me it's scarier that it's like Nope, you're really just a monkey man who's just in a big giant building right now. We don't know why we're floating in space. Good luck. Like, I want someone.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah, I want it to be like, no, they're reptile people that are using our negativity to live. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense.
The reptile
Good. At
people.
least I'm negative for a reason. Ugh.
We can get into that stuff. No, we shouldn't do that. Not on this show. But
But I like it.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
And joke's on them, because, like, what a lame video
Yeah,
game.
for real.
What a lame game.
Boring.
Whoever's playing My Life must not be like the paid tier of video games, like where you can buy like all the sweet
Didn't
upgrades.
spring for the extras.
Yeah, whoever's playing me is like, I want to see how poor I can make my character.
just sadistic. Just give him poor self-esteem.
It's like
No, make him keep trying. Make him keep trying. It's funnier that way.
Tanking on stage, look at him.
No, he has no plan B. This is scary.
Let's make the audience terrible.
Send him to Montana. Why not?
Well, that is one of the things that he is saying, which, it's going to make me, I'm going to sleep poorly at night because I don't like the idea of somebody watching me, even if it is in a video game. I don't want them to see what I'm doing, which
But
makes it
they're
more of
making
kind of my
you do
problem.
it, so you don't even have to.
That's true. It's not my fault
not
anymore.
You
Nothing
doing
is
it,
your.
it's that
You're
perv.
texting and walking.
Yeah.
Not your fault.
No, it's some.
Oh, could you imagine how boring that would be in a game? Like, when the texting comes up, you're just like hitting the X button so quick, just like, yes, okay.
Get through it.
Yes.
Storyline.
Storyline's so
Yeah,
boring. It's just words and just a
like-
still image.
It's like, I love RPGs, I just hate all the reading. Come on. Why can't this be vocal?
The most boring video game of all time.
Like, whoever was playing the video game during, like, World War II, like, they got the game. Like now it's just lazy. Like, first-person shooter is kind of exciting.
Yeah.
You know?
And then since then,
Yeah.
just boring.
Texting and walking.
What does the world come to? All right, well, there we go. I don't even know where we go after that one.
I don't like this new mod on this game. I hope they upgrade it soon. yeah, they got this Trump upgrade. It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be wild.
I heard
Really
the
takes-
Trump upgrade's going to change everything. They're building a firewall like it's actually like a thing that they're doing.
All right. Send us an email, podcast@digitaltrends.com. We do the show every week right here on digitaltrends.com on 2:30 on YouTube. Gabe Dinger, thank you so much for coming in. So
Yeah.
bridgetowncomedy.com, where can people go?
Go to bridgetowncomedy.com/Gabe Dinger if you want to see my schedule. I'm at the Bossa Nova Ballroom tonight if you want to come see me. The Late Show. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm all over the place. I think Bunk tomorrow.
Yeah, you have a lot of shows coming up.
Yeah, a lot of great shows. So come check it out. Follow me on the internet.
What is it you tweet once a month?
I'm really trying to get better, but I gotta be honest, I don't care. I wish I did. I get that a lot of people like Twitter, but I just I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not your
I don't
thing.
get it.
All right, well, there we go.
There's a bird.
Gabe Dinger.
Some bird.
All right, thanks, everybody. We'll be back next week with another episode.